a lot of alcohol use, and I think that that hasn't stopped. And now I think that that's affecting Caleb.
I don't think so.
The divorce battle between Stephanie and her husband Bubba quickly escalated into a heated exchange of blame. But there's a lot more to this story than what meets the eye.
Okay, Miss Katrina, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, our son, Caleb James, he just turned 8.
She mentioned her 8-year-old child and wanted the divorce to focus on his well-being. But some people might wonder if she really put his needs first before filing for divorce.
And he started school, and already he started having school issues in school. He's been getting into fights with other kids. He's been arguing with the teachers. He's not been doing his homework.
Even though her son clearly had problems, she ignored the real issues and tried to get sympathy instead.
And this is completely new behavior. He was an A and an B student, and now his grades are also dropping. And I think it has to do with what Bubba here is doing at home.
Okay.
Yes, my child is having behavior problems at school, and I blame my ex because he drinks and cheats. It already seems like she'll put all the blame on him and stay out of it.
Well, what is Bubba doing at home?
So he's a truck driver, and during our marriage, there were a lot of issues with that. A lot of, strange women, just a lot of alcohol use.
Just because he drinks doesn't mean he's a bad father. It feels like she's trying to make all men look like a bad influence on their kids. And about the cheating, yes, that's a serious claim. But we shouldn't forget that Bubba is innocent until it's proven true.
And I think that that hasn't stopped. And now I think that that's affecting Caleb.
By the time she finished blaming Bubba for everything wrong with her child, she had scared him with her off-topic remarks. He suddenly interrupted, which made the situation tense.
I don't think so.
Excuse me, sir. Once it is your turn, I will come to you. That's the first thing. Second thing, those loud outbursts, they will not be tolerated.
That was the father's first mistake. The judge quickly reminded him that he was in a courtroom, not a cafe or a park bench.
Continue. Thank you. So during the marriage, there were a lot of issues with infidelity, with drug use, alcohol use, and he's still doing the same job. He's still driving the same route.
If there were similar incidents in the past, maybe that would have been a good time for Stephanie to leave the marriage. Don't you think?
And so I think he's still bringing these same people into Caleb's life, into his home with our son.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Think he's still bringing these same people into Caleb's life and our home with our son. Oh my gosh, it looks like the mother's opening statement is affecting the judge and will make things difficult for the father.
Bubba, is what she's saying true? You cheated on her, you're using drugs, you're drinking alcohol, you're doing all of this while you're transporting things in an 18-wheeler?
Now I see why the judge was shocked when she first heard the plea. She's more concerned about the man's safety before moving forward with the case details.
No. I actually work 1 week on, 1 week off.
Okay.
So we have shared custody. So
All right.
the
So
week that I work, she has custody of the kid.
Okay.
That means they are already sharing custody of the child while living their lives separately.
The week I have off, I have custody of the kid.
All right.
Now, some of the things she's saying, yes, I do drink sometimes,
Are you drinking while you're driving that 18-wheeler?
I do not drink while I drive. No.
If he had a drinking and driving problem right now, he would be stuck for much longer than this. Interview. Now that the man has cleared up his position on the drinking issue, the judge moves on to the next complaint made by the woman.
All right.
I drink occasionally when I'm home. It's not too bad, but with,
Well, where would she be getting that from?
Here comes the first truth from the husband. It seems like the wife isn't as innocent as she made herself out to be.
well, I have a lot of female clients that I do transport for, so she thinks that I'm, getting these jobs because I'm sleeping around, which she's very promiscuous herself, so.
Oh,
All the integrity and good impression the woman had built during her blame and one-sided portrayal of her husband is gone. After hearing about their situation, the judge moves on to ask about the child's finances.
Yes. Caleb has told me that she has brought in a lot of men around him, and he doesn't know who they are.
okay. So Caleb is just seeing a lot from the both of you, sounds like.
Why should he be the only one to pay child support after she ruined the marriage in Caleb's life? maybe even more than he did. After all, Bubba was outside most of the time, so logically, she had a bigger influence on how their child turned out. She says she can't find engineering jobs in the country. But how is that possible when COVID-19 is over and the country is fully open for jobs and recruitment?
Caleb, he's 8. Who pays health insurance for Caleb?
I do.
All right, how much do you pay?
$75 a month.
Okay. And Miss Katrina, you're looking for him to pay child support?
This is statistically one of the most in-demand engineering fields in the area, so the judge finds her claim very strange. It may be different and more diverse, but the saying, "the apple doesn't fall far from the tree," still applies. There's no way a country so advanced in engineering can't offer a single job to a chemical engineer. She's caught here. A woman with an engineering degree from a good college should be able to find a well-paying job. Obviously, she can. But let's hear what excuse she comes up with. This is getting more interesting. She tells a little white lie, and the judge clearly doesn't believe her at all, which shows in the way she questions her husband. He had another surprise answer ready about how the friend knows more than the husband. He dropped another bombshell. After hearing all these revelations, the judge didn't take long to make a decision.
And you can't find anything comparable during COVID
No.
in engineering?
No. So my degree was in chemical engineering.
There's no valid reason to put this man on child support, so I'm denying your request today. But that's not all. The judge also had a decision about the $75 for the health insurance of the couple's son. It might seem like poetic justice, but it doesn't fit perfectly here, where the woman came asking for a divorce to avoid child expenses. The judge definitely didn't let her get away with everything she did to the child and her husband.